the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Abusiafo yemu makwa babiem famre kasafoni so Nsem-Pii TV be the first to know. And na yebo wram ewo Asempa FM 94.7 wabra Philip Osei Bonsu one kwabena asante Omanhene atenase na abusiafo omu tenase no me hu se Omanhene ni buafu bi say that because ohwe ade national security anase aban no e de je the opposition party na ade ano eden pa enunti abronye issue abato dwa se enra national security boys no ko ready Moses Aboho no okeka kan ya biduru so na afi so we read letter abronye ed suggests her of a political asylum in the free Ghana because the life is in danger eno na ochechi mu eche Philip Osei no read letter na letter ni mu nsem no uziafo ano ed ena omu kasa saa na omunya call say say Kwame Bafo Abronye ye na free CID ho e de ne call NIB Moses Abo etimi e confirm ye abusuafo Omanhene mi hu se ne buafu say da o chere say President John Mahama woni ne NDC for no anase ne appointees no ankasa aban no ontena hoda na onka hu se senso ta pontrane so a ejiwo abusuafo nsem ne donso mese so be kama ho na yakoni akotie na wo so wi a wadwenkyere de ehu hia da
kwai no hye ho
dabi sa abronye de ono ade ne ho akwa momache no
na intel na wrong intel
na fake nti bi kra no so fake news ni sa omde mama post when you careful as a Ghana fire service we wan obi arrange head show
anti so machi abronye
oh sa abronye de ono ade no koi okaso beba Monday ti wako
na so omu invite
nti no so omra ya wada o se fiada la so no so da bi oni ho beba Monday nti Monday ono akọ ana omre na awi
na no mo so waye den ana ndi omu nkan
oh so hwe na salam na o siki krata na kire se osusu se ye tata na ye uhun krata no
abronye
asylum seeking krata hu yi
oso pa asylum free Ghana ha
oh da bi o free Ghana ha kra ko na ade o de den
na o free Ghana ha kwa hin
oko Pentecost o be on prayer camp
no so the reason ye den say Ghana for tata
no waka on say na wa church no we should all be worried and concerned in say na wa church no there nsema a hard if that is the experience that he's going through. I feel we should pay attention and then think through because he or say umbaba me bre amama kenkama or say Kwame Bafo Abronye, and it goes on to Immigration, Refugee Affairs Department, Embassy, High Commission, Asylum Authority. Or say, dear sir, madam, subject formal request for political asylum and security protection. I, Kwame Bafo Abronye, a Ghanaian politician and the current regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party in the Bono region of Ghana, respectfully submit this formal application for political asylum and security protection from now till the period when my application will be assessed and granted by any of the countries I have applied to as attached below. I have attached all relevant documents establishing my Ghanaian citizenship, marked Exhibit A, grounds for seeking asylum. My request is based on consistent escalating political persecution, threats to my life, and systematic abuse of state security powers by the current government of Ghana. The key grounds are 1. Unlawful arrest and detention. In February 2025, shortly after the current NDC government assumed office, I became the first opposition politician to be invited, arrested, and detained by the National Investigations Bureau for over 13 hours. My arrest followed my public criticism of the government's crude, unfair, and blanket dismissal of over 150,000 Ghanaian workers without due cause and a call for their immediate reinstatement. During my detention, I was threatened, intimidated, and sternly warned that unless I cease criticizing the government, I will face more severe reprisals in the future. 2. Ongoing threats and intimidation. Since my release, I have received persistent threats, both verbal and electronic, via WhatsApp and SMS from individuals linked to the ruling party, including those currently holding government positions. Recently, I publicly questioned the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu on an online TV program that I host for failing to address the worsening insecurity in Ghana per the recently released Global Peace Index report, particularly the tribal conflicts in the north and that have resulted in deaths and displacement, while instead of focusing on the selective arrest of opposition members for expressing personal opinions online, even when officers, members, and supporters of the ruling party have also said same or even worse. 3. Targeted harassment and threats of arrest. Following my public remarks, I received a threatening call from an individual claiming to be an investigator and identifying himself only as Mr. Seth, claiming to act on instructions of the IGP. He ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu, threatening that my failure to comply would result in being forcibly apprehended and dealt with mercilessly, that I won't come back to life. Through my lawyers, I officially wrote to the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, to verify if any official complaint had been lodged against me and if they had invited me. The Director General of CID, through the Secretary, informed my lawyers that they had not received nor initiated any criminal investigations against me, and rather directed my lawyers back to the supposed investigator, Mr. Seth, who when contacted flatly refused to clarify and instead ominously stated, and I quote, "Tell that boy that if he refuses to come and we pick him up, he won't come back to life." A confidential source within the police later informed me of a secret meeting where plans had been finalized to arrest, detain, and brutalize me should I appear at the police headquarters. 4. Escalating pattern of persecution. In recent months, there has been a disturbing trend of opposition politicians being arrested and detained beyond the constitutionally mandated 48 hours without bail. This has created a climate of fear and intimidation where political opponents of the government are deliberately targeted. Based on these realities and the direct threats to my life and liberty, I am convinced that I and my family are in imminent grave danger. Legal protocols relied upon in the application. This application is respectfully grounded upon the following binding international legal instruments and guidelines.
Okay.
One, it talks about them, the 1951 Refugee Convention and 1967 Protocol.
And the various
it talks about Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 14, affirming the applicant's right to seek asylum. 3, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Article 9 and 19, 1969 OAU Refugee Convention. And then the 5th one, UNHCR guidelines on international protection, recognizing that persecution of opposition, political, and denial of state protection fall within the refugees protection framework. In conclusion, in the light of the above, and in genuine fear for my personal safety and that of my family, I respectfully seek political asylum and security protection in your country. I place my trust in your respected institution to consider my case urgently and to extend the necessary humanitarian assistance and protection under international conventions governing the rights of asylum seekers. And they say, for your kind attention, Kwame Bafo Abronye, Regional Chairman, Bono Region, New Patriotic Party. And the copy is to the UN Resident Coordinator Office, Resident Coordinator Ghana, Communications Officer UNCT, UNHCR Ghana Representative, UNDP Ghana, UNOWAS Regional Mission, and the recipient embassies are Canada, Accra International GCCA, UK Embassy, German Embassy, United States, Cote d'Ivoire, Spain, France, Italy. And it says all correspondence can be sent via my personal email.
In any of these countries, no asylum, no open. But he raises very interesting issues. I think the government should take these serious. For the international image of our country, we've carved a certain image for ourselves. Minim said upon the invite, wako police are Once the police will invite you, based on what they are investigating, they can formally arrest you.
Okay.
No, my grant you bail.
Okay.
And I don't know if they have arrested him or will be arresting him and grant him bail subsequently. They are minim. But this is not looking good. I mean, for the international image of the country, you know, it's
Obi, but
we have to manage
say,
it well.
I think that as a country we should try to move ahead of some of these things. You know, it's very, very important. And wherever I have always had challenges, and they be about
Yeah.
When it comes to the application of justice, there will be say it doesn't know A and it doesn't know B. So I expect same on every individual in this country.
Yes.
The application of selectivity in terms of justice is dangerous for us as a country. And then let me quote the former National Security Minister, y3n, when he met the judiciary in a conversation, and he was frank to tell them that from the look of things and what he's hearing and seeing, you know, say the numeracy corner in terms of their rulings and their judgments now is not healthy. If we are not careful, it will create a certain impression. So lift that conversation, come and put it here this afternoon, that if we are not careful as a country and as a government, some of the actions and their inactions, it's creating a certain mindset for all of us to think through, especially with the approach era abofi.
Yes.
Now, officer mandated by Ghana to act on our behalf, on our dear rightful. Why do you jump walls?
So I'm jump.
Yes, if you jump and obia sebi, on also feel say comfort not pay. What comes out of it? I don't know why.
Uniform.
I don't know why Abai after Abai, we have decided to frustrate and intimidate and to encourage this kind of thing in this country. It's very hurting. If you go to read what Olivia kindly actually go to Facebook and now, they be ada osam the part do chance e4 we fonsa no careful. We should get away from that perception of when we have power we will use it anyhow via our emotions and forget about the loss of the land and apply our emotions or the office that we have. We are saying baby no in so better punch and we will not care about what you do again. And they should hear us. When that time comes up, we will not know who is powerful or who is not powerful. Because in short we are building a country that we all want, not a country that will suit a certain group of people. That is what we have done to ourselves up to this point. And I'm surprised that when you tell government after government, when they are in power and you are talking reality to them, they will always come back at you, insulting you. But the Queen said, whether 4 or 8 or 12 years, there is appointed time for every political party
to leave power.
That time will come. So, touch wood. So the next elections, if he says NDC is not in power, are the people occupying positions now thinking through what the future holds for them? We don't build a country like that. Because the space now is not comfortable. And it's not comfortable.
I was a bit shocked. I already abroad your way, you know.
Yeah.
As a meteor baby, so I'll say police for no or say he ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu.
Obi, we talk about insults in this country. We talk about insults. We want insults to be a question for all of us to discuss in this country. People in power and out of power. We talk about insults.
And we've sat here to say, sir, this thing I do level as there will be a bien and no attempt when you are in opposition, it will sound all sweet because it favors your cause. But over power, you would see, say, and you're exciting how when people are insulting you. And that is where we are. That's where we are.
Well, do you
my meaning of Matisse Abronya is being moved from police CID to NIB, National Investigations Bureau. My meaning Moses Abo enin komosisi ana memra. Moses akwa be te saying
Menya medasi obi na uswe.
Ya do me ho ye papa. Na sisi amu wa henfa.
Oh, this year they me move me back to Kukumlemle because now me were headquarters for mo and I was 4th floor SIU. But me were down on na me unse CID for no and then Nsem-Pii and then go for Nsem-Pii and I'm one in the court. They pay my investigation. media chika me unso mo na koto NIB nti me wa na me unse car na ede ne koye no aba back with a 2 CID and on my floor top one and so see am no kasa no the investigation my is over NIB today you know
na idi anopay na ono reporting who to police CID meboa
ono no reporting on call police CID
it odru how better time may unim
time them in but maybe about around 10 going
around 10
yeah
and
11
he's been at the CID till now.
Yes, CID until 1 month or move on.
I'm going to call NIB.
That's right.
Na call her na on the lawyers ne wo.
Na lawyers no what top one on the lawyers ne wo. To be bad down. Tell me baby ato. To me bana me hu say. O ma drop wa o mo ne eto ka ma o mo de ne ko. To me wa na some of the bloggers media fono jina na. Ye dim command am say saka na sababio. What men now money ne koe no back and no through top one.
Or any idea why police for Eton Safreno?
Last week kama embano 2 na ye court na ye ko mamo court bela omo hwe ya ye court omo ye girls no and I menya hint be say yes we did the IGP attempt nti omo kanon tamse osa ase ya wa hano monkofo didi na akufo ado atem then omo nya one way no position omo wa position ade we there should be a way omo behwe omo di yebetuye but te bibia ya si ekochi nipa bibia ekochi nipa bedu bibia nipa da sende ultimate control mu bewe na bibia si na afro bia de mra na ide ato myself and I left ti endura and am no fi na police for no Ammen ba me fi say Omanhene say abronya wo me fi am say aw every no ma wuri wo no awura me fi bie gate na pa be bomb no mo search me fi ni na e call the other house e ko search ye o ma hu opia e no mo so mo chie de e ko e etimedi esa na me chi but me nim say bibi su wo ho de
Inti omoba ofie no omo ka kire o say ya bronye nti no omoba ofie
omo search here no omo see omanya information say I'm keeping abronye in my house. I'm say how abronye is a no bono regi not chairman. However menene has been 1 year ni me hu abronye Nsem-Pii how would I keep abronye in my house but the wo mo do so no meant me resist it and me ya ebia no bia be hurting me. I'm alone with my small brother. Ati me mamo kwan mamo re mo follow mamo search here. And I me confront mo pain no. No mo pain is because of abronye nti no mo buy. Nti my almost search ewie. O ma hu nti mo ko. There's one of my pickup ACQ on no mo say I say can we na abronye use. No I'm saying no, this guy is not for abronye. Me dey. Ati me ana me use me can. So mo reckon definitely on some documents I will me team more e work am na ya kasa esa na omodo ko na no power me nyantie se abronya ko no ma report no ti me wie de me na me ko and at the end of the day the issue ti me back akọ office akọbọ mpani for amane na ya hwe kwaya e be faso na Ghana we aye wo je on we yin na ji se to fika na project min kasabi
ba said ye waka no o said ye wate ene se almost say odidi IGP atem into
that is what I heard
and into omoto safre no
yeah
but have you per chance heard any of the things our kafa IGP what TB
I can let my daddy me hu back akọ bisa we ni na if me de bia me pese me ka sema me nim de maker I'm not far from the place I can turn and go there. Omo catch and fine. Omo can tell me so. Na me kasa na ma hu de me chimaka.
No, I was even asking say Nioma omo chirema abronye aka e de afa IGP ho no. What TB?
Yeah, audio no omo bo ma metie na IGP walusu den penny kasa I mean like insult maybe I criticize me oh nyali juma ye that kind of things. Oh IGP they were ni Dampare was not doing that. Those things are meti. There's no any threat in Biawo. It's all about it be insult and criticize.
Ah, okay. It's just say, oh, the IGP attempt na or criticize, you know.
Sure.
And is that one threaten IGP from what you?
No, I didn't. The MT and the man who threatened West Biawo.